Hello, everybody. I am live. I hope everybody is doing good. I'm just putting it up on Facebook. I hope everybody's doing well and has had a good month. I hope everybody has had a good month. I had a very interesting July. It's been an interesting July with everything going on. So, here are the PDFs. The books are right here, so don't worry about it. So, the PDFs, I either get them from illustrators, freebies on Facebook, Etsy's, digital books that I had. So I did a lot of. It actually was when I was writing down everything, because I write every little book and then I put it on an Etsy sheet, and then at the end of the year I'll actually do a complete summary probably next year. See how many people. I only finished one book this year so far out of the 10 to. This one is Independence Day example that she sent out to people on her mailing list. This was a freebie you could get, so you can take it out of the sheet. I put it on the sheet so that way it doesn't get damaged. I have my nieces coming over tomorrow, so I have to clean up. So this is a Independence Day, as you can tell. Put a lot of glitter in it. In the plastic, you can't tell. So I did markers, some colored pencils, some markers. So this was a little bit of everything. It was colored pencils, markers, gel pens. So I did a lot of different things to it. So hello to the two people in the chat. So I did a lot of that in there. So I was very happy with the way this one came out. I just wish the skin tone had been a little bit better. So I use my Color It gel pens. Those are the ones that I prefer to use. I still have some of my the Sakura gel pens, the Jelly Rolls, the Sakura Jelly Rolls. I still have some of those, and I still have some Pentel ones. So this was a Color It freebie they offered on the 7th. I know, right? It's like you never know when I'm going to do that, but you know what it was? Yesterday we were very busy, me and my mom. So even if when I have a day off, it kind of becomes, well, you can't do what I need you to do this. I need you to go there. I need you to do this, or I need you to come with me. So yesterday we went out to Lake Forest. We did a little shopping. We went to a library to get new library cards because now that we live in Orange County, you get a library card, you get all kinds of discounts. So we should have a lot be. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can fix the audio. I'm sorry about the audio. Probably enough. So this was a freebie that I got off of Color It. Now, if you subscribe to the Color It newsletter, you get freebies every week, so you see what they color. So I used What did I use? Did I use what pencils were these? I can't remember what they were. They were either the Star Joys. I'm trying to use those up, so sometimes I give those to my nieces when they come up. I don't have a lot of Star Joys left, like all the dark colors that you don't like to use. So, like I have one book of colored pencils that I use for the kids. Now this is an old Deborah Mueller book. This is called Peppermint by Deborah Mueller. Of course, I used this for Christmas in July. I used markers for this one, basically. I really like Deborah Mueller's style. Now, this other one is from an Etsy artist. It's called Midnight Blue Art. It's called Mermaid Fantasy Oil. Now, this one is left over from July, so I hadn't finished it in July, so I decided to finish it. And I really like the colors in it. So I decided I wanted to do like kind of a reddish, pinkish mermaid with purples, pinks, and some purples. So that was the color scheme. Now, this one took me a long time to do. This is a Patreon image. Now, if you go to Hannah Lynn's Patreon, she has different tiers. I'm on the $5 tier a month, so I get 2 images, maybe 3 images a month. And I like it because then I don't, I can print them. So this one is the simple version. There's a much more bigger version. So I used markers, of course, on this. No pencils, just pure markers on this one. So now this was a freebie from a while back. I can't remember where I got the freebie from which Facebook group it was. But I had started the picture a while back and then didn't finish it. And then when I went back, here it is. Woman freebie from Adult Coloring Book Fans Facebook group. So this comes from Adult Coloring Book Fans Facebook group. I write down where I get the images from. So that way I can remember, because I don't always remember where I put these. And I do buy the PDF books from Etsy, because sometimes they're just not easier to buy the PDF books from Etsy, because I feel like it's much cheaper. I don't know what is going on with audio today. Let's see what's going on. If my audio is not working correctly. If my audio is not working correctly, please put on the captions if you have the ability for captions. Now, this one is from Lenka Falenko. This is Fairy Bliss. I bought the PDF book because, if you buy them, these books are really pricey to buy overseas, but the paper is beautiful from what I've heard. Almost every book that I have from Lenka Falenko, I think with the exception of one I have in print, but I haven't been able to find it. If I do have it, I don't think I have any of her books in print, but I do have them in PDF. So I print the images up as I need to color. So this one comes from Fairy Bliss, which is a new one. So it counts as a Color Your Hoard for Lobella and T's World of Color. So this was for July, Color Your Hoard. Now this is also another Hannah Lynn. This is from her Patreon as well. This is called Road Trip. I used, what did I use? Senjoki markers, Color It gel pens, Copics to do all this. So that's what I did for this one. I really love this. Hey, View. Hey, Pamela. How are you? Love seeing you here. I'm so glad you're here, Pamela. I know I don't get to do everything I want to do. I didn't get to color as much as I wanted to this month. What happened 2 weekends ago, I had to go down to Yuma, Arizona. And I'll tell you, it was hot as hell there. My father lives in Yuma. So what happened was my father had a heart attack. So he had to have triple bypass surgery. So, I was planning on streaming 2 weeks ago, and then, oh my God, that happened. So then, my brother came to here to pick me up. So then I had to pack for the weekend and everything, it was just a little bit of a nerve wracking, because then you have to readjust your calendar. So then I had to do that. So I was there for about a weekend, and I'll tell you, it was really hot. One of the days it was 114 degrees heat. I tell you, Yuma, even though it's nighttime, you think it'd be cooler because it's a desert. No, it's hot. Even when it's nighttime there, it's hot. I mean, and when you go into Yuma, it stinks to high heaven. Oh my God. And because Yuma's like right on the borders of Mexico, you'll see a lot of border police there. So, and they don't play. So this one, I tell you, it was kind of a little nerve-wracking to be down there, be in my father's house. I got to meet my father's new dogs. And let me tell you, they're all really, really cute. There's one that I wanted to take because he was so little, so cute, but I'm like, I can't separate him from the rest of the pack. So one is, what do you call this one? This one was from, I tell you, it was really hot there. Ugh. He's doing better now, but they say he might have to, be in rehab for a little while. So he'll go when it's time to go. You know what I mean? It's not like it was. This one is called Spring Cuddle by Lana Green. I don't like the way the skin came out. For some reason, sometimes the Copics on this paper, for whatever reason, markers, sometimes they do skin tone on some of the images. They don't come out I don't know. Sometimes they come out choppy, my skin tone. Now this one, Beauty of Flowers by Born Coloring. This one is really nice. I like it. I just wish my skin tone had come out better. And you see, this is like a light green, but it doesn't look like it on camera. But trust me, it is a green on it. So that was that one. This one comes from Hannah Lynn. Now, I bought this book a while back. But since it was Christmas in July, I thought this one would fit the thing in it. This is A Little Elf by Hannah Lynn from Fierce and Fantasy Creatures. So I thought greens, pinks, blues, red. I didn't make her. I know, right? I love Hannah Lynn. Now, this one is a bit of a different one. This is from a Facebook group. I think this is from Jay Garcia. My niece says all I do is color people, which is not true. This is a freebie, of course. This is Whimsical World Imaginary Realms by Jay Garcia. It is a freebie that I got from the Facebook group. You know, someone asked me which book am I keeping and which books am I not keeping when I finish. You know, if they're part of the top 10, they get saved until it's time. They'll get saved till the end of the year, but then like there's certain things I will not keep if I finish them. Some books I will keep, some books I will not keep. Like this book, if I ever finish this one, I'm not keeping this one because it takes up so much space on the closet and it's a very thick book. I liked it, but I don't like it enough to keep it. It's just the way it is, you know what I mean? Plus I did, how many did I do in here? 3. This is 300 mandalas. So, and I started dating them when I finished them. I was trying to use up my Zenjokis in this. So sometimes, yeah, and it's a big, fat, thick book. The thing is, right now, I can't find, you know, they do this thing on Amazon with some people. Some of the illustrators, they take off their books for some weird reason. Somebody does something with the copyright infringement, and it becomes a big mess for the companies, I guess, for the company. So this book is no longer, I don't think it's in print because when I try to look it up to do the link, it's not there. So, but I will not be keeping this one. I did this one on 7/12. See, I like doing the mandalas because they're fun. And then I did this one. So, you know, I was doing the book, but now I'm doing the ones that I want to do. This one was done on 7/19. See, I do them when I feel like doing them now. So I was doing them in order originally, but I'm not doing them in order anymore. So those with markers, of course. Now, this is one of my top 10 to finish. Now, I only managed to finish one this month, but I think that was, some of these books are hard to do. Some of these are not. I think I have like, what, 12 left in this, maybe 10, 9 left in this. So I did this one, which is Thumbelina. I did this with Copics and Senjoki. Now, this one I did pretty much with my Copics. Some of this dried, so then I had to buy some refills. Oh, yes, I did buy some refills, by the way, for my pencils. I almost have the Colorsoft chart done. I'm just waiting, like I was waiting on 2 pencils that I didn't have to complete the set. Like, you know, there's 72 Colorsofts. It was one of my older sets, so I was missing 2 pencils when I realized when I was doing the chart. So I looked up what the colors were, and so I ordered them. They did come in, but they're in my other room right now. So I bought a few little supplies, not a lot. I'll tell you that right now. So I'm in the middle of doing this one. So this one should be done next month. And then I think I have, what do I have left? So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we're going to include the bonus too. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I only have 9 left in this book. Yeah, I only have 9 left in this book, and this is one of the top 10 to finish. So when I'm done with it, I will save it till the end of the year and do a top 10, what do you call it, top 10 review. So hopefully I'll be able to finish this one by the end of the year. This one I'm not going to keep. I will keep it to the end of the year, or I make the video for the recap of the top 10 books of the year to see how many I finished. So I only finished one of my top 10 this year and only one book. So I kind of find that sad. So this is Cozy Homes, color by number. This is not on the top 10, but I'm making pretty good. This one I did 3 of them in it. So I finished this one. I do like this book. Someone said there was another one of them, another home interior one that they did. See, the color by number books I'm not keeping when I'm finished with them because it just, to me, it takes up a lot of time to do them. I find them okay, but I'm not a big color by number fan. But sometimes you don't want to think about what you're coloring, and sometimes you just want to put something to color. So that's what I use these books mainly for. So this was the 3rd one. So I'm not sure how many left I have in this one, but this is the next one to do. So I think these are really nice books overall. Quick and easy coloring. Now this is another Christmas in July one, 23. So I had started this a long time ago. And this is the junior. This is not the adult one. So this is the junior one. I don't typically buy the juniors. But this one was too. When I saw this junior a while back, I picked it up last year and I thought, oh my God, this is so cute. Like some of these things are just really, really adorable to color. Sometimes I'll color them in front of my nieces because, I don't want them to see the more adult stuff I color. So that was fun. Now, this is the book that everybody complained about. Now, this is the brand new Color in Heaven one. This is the Garden Gnome Special by Ava Brown. Now, this one caused such a ruckus on the Facebook boards. I'm like, a lot of people didn't like this one. Now, it's not my normal style, but I do think it's cute, depending on how you color it. So this one is a Color Your Hoard for July 2023. It's the first one I did in it. I did this with markers. And some gel pens, some cheap ones that I used up to finish it up. So I thought it came out cute. I liked it a lot. But, some people have said that they don't like the pictures. They don't like the way it looks. I'm like, if you got a Color in Heaven and you're on subscription and you don't like it, here's what I suggest. If you don't like a coloring book that you get from Color in Heaven on your subscription, find someone who might like it. I think it's cute. I really do. Some people think it's juvenile, but you know what? There may be someone who likes the book. Maybe you don't like it. Maybe you could trade it for something somebody else doesn't like. What one person likes is not what everybody likes. I mean, really, the drama that ensued over this book. I thought the book was very cute. Like, there have been issues that I have not liked with Color in Heaven, and I've given them away to friends who might want them because it's not my thing. Doesn't mean necessarily you're going to like everything. And this is the Christmas Special 84. I think what it was is I have a work in this book. That's like a lot of different artists that I like in it. I'm going to do this again. I already did this in one of the Hannah. I mean, if you buy the books are going to be about $17, $18 a piece. If you go on subscription, they're $10.25. So I was in the middle of doing this one. I did not finish this one, but I did do this one. I managed to finish this one instead. So you guys can tell it's yellow ochre. I try to keep the books within an order. I mean, there have been some subscription issues that I haven't liked in the past, but I've been liking their books lately. So it's not like, and then there's some that are just crazy that I like. Then I did another page in this. This is Mysterious Faces 2 by Karen Tiello. Now, for the big books, like those big, like the yearly ones, and I'm like, I'm not paying that much for a book. You know what I mean? There's limits to what I should spend on a book. Plus, not to mention, I'm trying not to buy any more books until the beginning of next year, until after Christmas, because I want to try and work in what I have rather than what I don't have. Plus, I only have so much room. So I had to actually look up what clownfish look like, because I know what Nemo looks like, but I actually wanted to see actually a variety of that. So here's the purple. Here, I did it in purple instead of red because everybody does it in, red. And I thought, this was a nice book. So this is a really nice book. But here's some of the stuff that I love about Kevin Theo. Like, I think I have another book of his in digital format. And I bought it digital before he came out with, when he first started, he wasn't having books on Amazon. It was mostly digital. So I think I have one of his books in digital format, maybe two. So here's what I've done so far. See, and I don't get to color men, and I like that he has some men in this book, just not just women in the book. So keep that in mind too. And the Chinese and Japanese books, I've decided I'll review it by case basis. Like, I know I'm going to keep all the hardcover books I have when I'm finished, so with them, because they're hardcover and I like the way they look most of the time. Not all the time. There's been a few misfires, but that's pretty much what it is. And then we get Merry Christmas color by number. I forgot I had this until I was looking in my list of books, and I'm like, where is this Merry Christmas book? So I did one in here for color Christmas in July. So I did this one. This one took me so long to do because I'm trying to find the right shades to match this color key. Some markers don't match colors exactly, so that happens too. Copics, I have to look for the exact color number, and sometimes they're a little off, sometimes they're not. So you know how that works. And then I was doing this page. As you can tell, my markers started to run out. These are the Senjokis, so I finished this page, but so probably during December or November, I'll start coloring in these. So, as you can tell, I have all the Santa and the reindeer to do. Hi, Miss Michelle. How are you? So I did that one. Then we did one of my Asian coloring books. This is called Mori Girls Art Life. So I did this one. I think this one came out really, really cute. I love doing this one. And this one was done in colored pencils. I think this was done with my Prismas, my Deli colored pencils, my Lures, and Black Widows. Yay! So that's always exciting to finish your first coloring book. I finished a coloring book this year. So, when I moved, I gave away a lot of stuff. So now this is another book that I'm not keeping when I'm done with it. I wanted to try Kira Structure Nova. Rose Windows is such a beautiful book. I wanted to do a sequel to that book. So I'm not. Yeah, did you do a completed flip through of it? Yeah, it's like a flip through with the finish. So this is the girl that I did. This is which one is this? The Ukraine. I'm doing this backwards because let me show you what happens when you color it the way. I learned this the hard way. So, and then you mess up then you mess up the thing here. So then I started doing it backwards. It's like one of those books that you have to do backwards. So I did this, and then this is what I'm currently working on. My nieces are coming over tomorrow. So then I did this one. This one is Sweden. So I'm doing the colors right now. The thing about this paper, it kind of eats up your markers a lot, even my Copic. So I'm constantly, after I do the page in this or a big blot of color with my Copics, I have to refill them. So this is what I managed to get done. This book really likes markers. But what it is backwards, otherwise I can't read this color chart. So if you ever get a Kira Shoshuva book, I think the pictures are cute, they're adorable, but I'm not going to keep this book when I'm finished with it. It's just advice when you get a Kira Shoshuva book. Well, those are always fun. Now, this is a top 10 book to finish. This is Fairy Wedding Coloring Book by Deborah Mueller. I really like Deborah Mueller. I have quite a few of her books, both in digital and print, so I did two, and this is from the top 10 to finish, so I did this one. I mean, I did a rather dull color. I think this was a Copic color, because I think this is the, what is that white? There's a skin white for that. Skin tone, but it's like a white color, so I think it's the white. So I did this mostly in Copics. And the Copics don't, I'll tell you a little hint. If you get budget-friendly markers, they're going to yellow no matter what you do. If you color with Copic markers, they don't yellow. So keep that in mind. Now, this is the other one I did. So I like the colors. I made it darker purposefully. I was trying to do a darker skin tone. I love her books, all of her books. She's coming out with another one, new one. So every time I look around, she always has new books, both digitally and print. I've been buying a lot of more digital books because I don't really have enough room for print books. So when I'm at the end of the year, I'll probably have like 2 or 3 books finished. So that will allow me some breathing room. But here's the thing, I'm also on a Color in Heaven subscription. So I gotta make sure that I have enough room to compensate for that. Now this book, I absolutely love this book. This is called Beautiful Portraits of Realistic Adult Coloring by Cindy Ellis-Horney, I think it is, by Cindy Ellis-Horney. She has other books, but I think this is the first book of hers that I've really enjoyed. So something on this page, when you color in this page, even with Copics, it yellows a little bit, so just a little bit, but I don't know if it's just the paper that's doing that. Sometimes it's not your markers, sometimes it's the paper and the markers that do that. I love this book. It's very realistic. The paper's very nice, but if you color in it, you do have to put a blot of paper on it with markers. I don't like using pencil with grayscale. Personally, I mean, you can do it, but it's a little bit more work, and whole lines work really well with grayscale. Prismas depends on the paper. That's just if I'm going to do grayscale and pencils, I prefer whole lines. Like in my Christina Novak books with the grayscale and those books, I do use that. So that's that one. I'm going to have to do laundry today, so that's always a fun thing to do today. You know, I got a vacuum. I was cleaning my room. Now, this one is a clip art. I bought this last year, I think at the end of last year in Irvine Spectrum when I went to the Barnes & Noble, and they had a whole bunch of coloring books there that I hadn't seen before. And this one I found out only recently. It's clip art. This comes from the same people who published the Moon Magic book I have, which is a bunch of clip art. So this is the same thing. It's by Chartwell Books. If you can see, I have this one, which is a work in progress. Bunch of whips in this one. Yeah, I have this one, which did a little bit more work in it. You know, sometimes I'll work on a little picture here and there. I think this was the first one I ever did in this book. So you can tell that I like things like this, like with a lot of clip art. This one I started but didn't finish. I think I'm going to put it as a gold bell. I think it's going to be a gold bell. You can tell this is all bunch art, which is nice. So, I don't have an you know what it is? Ollie's is like a discount store, so they probably discontinued them and they weren't selling well in the store. So, and this book I think was $9, yeah, maybe less than $9, because if you have a Barnes & Noble, sometimes they give you like 30-40% off. Sometimes you go to the clearance rack and they have books like you guys, but it is really a glittery thing. So you have to remember, when you're buying books for like $4, it means that they probably discontinued it. Now this book, I have a lot of whips in it. I did manage to do one in this. This is Summertime Fun. I enjoy doing all these crazy things. My nieces So I scribble in these books. So they like these books for whatever reason. They like the same things that I like. They like the same food I like. So this is one of my whips. See, this would have made a good 4th of July picture. This is when I finished. I started this and now I can't remember what color this is. Right? I hate when you get called away. Another good 4th of July one. I really love this one. I made her skin a little more yellow. This is the one I finished. I just love the blues. And the swimming in the water. I kind of made her look a little bit like my niece with the hair and the colors because my one of my nieces has a bathing suit this color. So we did that one. So I'll probably work in this one again next month, and I'll probably work in that other Deborah Mueller book. Now, here's the one that we started on stream. And this is a color your hoard. Oh, look, aliens. I did finish the picture off camera. I used Black Widows. What did we use? The green is a Black Widow. The Black Widow pencils that we definitively used were Purple Haze and Blood Diamond from the Cobra set. Right? We also used this green was also from the Black Widows, and so was this one. So was this one. And the green. Everything was Black Widows except for the background. This background is a Pentel oil background. Now, here's the thing. Because they're oil pastels, I had a really hard time. So some stuff from my, I had to get tutu from one of my boxes. I have a box of materials that I got. I know, right? I mean, Kirby's pictures are so wonderful to do, so detailed to do. So, I wasn't going to get this book, but then I kept seeing people will really come out with some beautiful stuff. The one that I really want to do, but the one that's going to take me along, not this one, the one that I really want to do. I'll show you the one that I really want to do, but I'm kind of like scared to do it. Where's the one with the space station in it? I really want to do the space station one, but I'm kind of afraid to do kind of a galaxy one. But I've seen people do a space station one that they really, really love it. I think that one is one of my favorite ones to do. This one I think would be interesting to do. I'm not really sure what the hell to do with it. I want to do this one with a spaceship in it. I'm trying to find it. I think this one would be really good in like reds, purples, oranges. I think it's in the beginning of the book. I saw somebody. Maybe I'm thinking another picture. So, I did this one, I wrote down what I used because I always have a problem remembering what I use. But I did get the 2 color soft pencils. It depends. I do have manga, but it depends on the mood that I'm in. I saw someone who had like this space station with an orbit with a ship on. I'll probably find it when I find it, you know what I mean? This is the one that I'm talking about. This one. Everybody seems to be doing this one, the way they do it. I really like this one, but because I keep seeing people do purples, blues. It depends if what I'm in the mood for. You know what I mean? Like, just the colors along, you know. This one, I'm going to have fun coloring it, but this also, the problem with a lot of Kirby's books that I have is like, it's so detailed, it's so wonderful, but then, you know, if you forget what you use, you're like, you don't remember how to finish it. So with Kirby's books, I always have to have a little sticky so I remember what I use. Now the next book is Jumbo Fashion Coloring Book. This is on my top 10 to finish. I like this book. This is cute. I don't think I'm finishing it this year, but I did one in here. So I like the little tiny little girls. It's cute stuff. You know, it's all this cutesy stuff. So I try to do 1 or 2 pictures every month in this book so I can, you know, just do it. It's simple stuff. So that is the top 10. And this book was given to me by Danielle. This is a case-by-case basis. I'll decide when I'm done with it. I don't think I'm finishing it anytime this year. And our final book. What? Long legs. Our final coloring book. I don't think Michelle was here for the PDF, so you can always go back, Michelle. I'm sorry, but I didn't write any links down. So this is one that I'm currently working on. It's a whip in progress, so you can tell I did all the. But here's what I did with this one. Now this one was done completely in pastel pencils, the Color Pastel 50 set. The skin tone, however, was done with Prismacolor. The hair was originally done with pastels, but it came out really, really light. So I went over it with the Prismacolor and gave it a little bit more darkness and definition. Here's the thing. Sometimes pastels come out really, really light and they're a little too light. So I went over it with the Prismas and blended them. I know, I like the hair, but the hair didn't come out perfect for you. I had to actually fix it because it was a little too light, so I made it darker. Now, I like Maria Trolle. I just found out that Maria Trolle is coming out with the new book. I found out Kanuka Ghost is coming out with the new book. Here's what I've been doing, though. Right now, I'm not buying any print books, probably until after the new year. And even if I am, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get every book on the view right away because I only have a limited amount of space in my house. So I also don't want to be spending excessive amounts of money that I don't have. I've got to be conservative with my money. I'm trying to pay off my credit card debts right now. A lot of that is happening, you know, and I'm only trying to buy what I need. Here's the thing, when I do the Intense chart, eventually I'll get to that. I'm running out of charts to do. I still have my, as far as color charts, I need to finish up the color soft charts. I need to finish, I need to do the Intense. I need to do the Luminance. I need to do my not my polychromos. Oh, what are those? My pop. In the Palos, the Luminance, I don't have the additional 24. I only have a set of 76. So I'm waiting for the portrait set to go down to about $40 or $45 because I don't feel like paying $60-something for the set. Right now on Amazon, it's about $58. So I'm waiting for that set to go down in price. And then I'll buy the 4 extra pencils that I need from Blitz. You have to understand that sometimes it's a price point with me. But if I do when I do the Intense swatch, remember I have to write down the number of the thing, the name of the pencil. I have to do a dry swatch and a wet swatch. Because remember, the Intense are a water medium, then ink medium, so you have to do a dry swatch and a regular swatch. So those are going to be different. Now, I like this Maria Trolle book. I thought using pastels was a different way of doing them. Just made it look a little bit better. Like, I just like Maria Trolle's style of book. Like, I haven't done a lot of stuff in her book. Like you can tell, I didn't do this in order, this book. So I have to do that. This I would like to do, but I think this was the first one I did in the book. I haven't colored much in this book, so I did this one, I did this one. So also with these books, I find that for some reason, the way I color, it bleeds through to the next page. So when I color with pencils, I put a page in between my books. Who has that problem? I don't know what's going on, because anytime I use any Japanese book, I have this problem. Asian books, I have this problem. So here's one that's a whip in progress. So I have yet to figure out what I'm doing with the rest of this page, but at least the hair is done, so I know that's not a problem. I have so many books that I figured, you know what? Let me work on what I have rather than just keep buying things and buying things, because it becomes a problem, Also, if you're like me and you like to have a lot going out, like some of the other books, like I find with Johanna Basford. Oh yes, I've been working in Johanna Basford. I have 2 works in progress in the Johanna Basford. I have the Lana Green book. I have a whip in that. So here's, also the other thing I like right now is that I'm doing a lot of digital books and a lot of PDFs from the Facebook, and just because it's easier. Like these are easy for me to print out, and then I color them. But here's the other thing: when you do that, you use up a lot of ink in your printer. So keep that in mind too. What you really want to color. I still have a lot of things that I'm working on in the printable section. So that is just like, because Michelle didn't get to see this stuff. So my niece said to me, "Do you only color people?" And I was like, "Oh," the last time she was only like, "You didn't have this. Why don't you have this?" And last time they were here, I let them see some of the gel pens. I was working on a Christmas picture, and I needed some July pictures that I didn't get to finish either. So either I'll finish them this month or I'll finish them in November and December. So you guys got to see that. I do a lot of color by numbers. The thing about the color by numbers is I'm not going to keep those. And I tell people all the time, if you get a Color in Heaven subscription, to me, I think the Color in Heaven subscription is worth it. Some people say it's not worth it. Some people say it is. But here's the book that caused all the problems this month on the book. Like if you get something like this. Now, some people don't like this book. Didn't like this book. I thought the book was cute. Right? Frankly, it wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but people shouldn't have been complaining. "Oh, I don't like the artist. How juvenile." Well, you know what? If that's not your cup of tea, that's not your cup of tea. But you know what? People like the more complicated stuff. And did you guys see what the next one is going to be? The next Color in Heaven is going to be by Noel Schumacher. It's going to be called Grim Fairy. I guess people got a cute break, and then you're going to get a darker artist next month. And then in September, it's going to be somebody else. But then in October and November, you get your Halloween and your Christmas issue. I don't buy the Color in Heaven monthly books. I don't buy the Mandela subscription one. They have now a Mandela one. Color in Heaven now has a Mandela magazine. You can subscribe to that. I don't buy enough Mandela books. For number one. Number two, I don't need another subscription because I'm already paying for a Hannah Lynn subscription. I am paying for the Colored Pencil magazine, even though right now I'm that subscription. It's like been tough because they won't let me get out of the subscription. And I've asked repeatedly, please stop sending me it. Please unsubscribe me from it. But no, I keep getting charged $8 a month for it. It's not about the price. I just think I could do something better with the $8. Number one. Number two, it is $8 a month that's being taken out of my bank account. I don't really use the magazine. Sometimes they have an article here and there that I like. But number one and number two, I don't believe I really should be paying for a magazine anymore that I don't really use that much. It's not about things, but sometimes you get into a subscription and you can't get out. So be very careful about the subscriptions. When I had to stop when I needed to stop my Color in Heaven subscription, they understood why and they immediately did it. And it was very good thing. But when I wanted to resume my subscription, it wasn't a problem resuming. Subscriptions should be easy to get in and out. But no, coloring, if you want to do the Colored Pencil magazine, be aware that you're not going to be able to get out of it easy once you get into it. Some of the subscriptions are worth it for people. I no longer have a Sketch Box subscription because, at first I thought it was worth it, but now that I'm here, I really like the art supplies I have. I don't need to try new art supplies. And if I do try a new art supply, I'll buy it. And if I don't like it, I don't. I use it up and then I'll move on to something else. But part of the problem is with these subscriptions is that they lock you in and they don't let you out of them too easily. Thank you. I love these ones. This one I love. All the Hannah Lynn's I really like this month. But like my nieces are coming, Michelle, so that's why we did it in an early day. We did it on the 29th. I mean, I still have 2 more days, but everything will now count as an August page. And I guess if I finish any Christmas pages, it'll be Christmas in August 2020. And I'm not doing Magical September anymore, just because it's a lot of work to do a hashtag. Number 2, I'm still finding my footing even after a year here, Also, my health has really improved. Actually, they reduced my medicine. They said my blood lab, my labs are really good. So, I've been, maintaining my health really well. You try to maintain your health as well as you can. What am I watching? I started watching The Witcher. I'm watching this current season of Outlander and I'm loving it. I really like this season of Outlander. What else am I watching? I started watching American Born Chinese. I watched this Korean drama called Queen Maker on Netflix and I love it. I thought it was terrific. I am now currently watching, I'm almost done with it. It's called Burn the House Down on Netflix. It's also another Japanese, but I thought they were wonderful. So yesterday we went to the new library. We did a little shopping. We went to 4 different places. I went to Five and Below, and my mother went into Home Goods. We also bought something for the new baby. Yeah, there's a new baby in the family. My brother's sister-in-law. I guess she's my sister-in-law, had a new baby. So me and my mother bought some clothes for the new baby when we were there. So we really had a good time doing that. So I really was very happy. Yeah, I know I'm going to have to do laundry today. I hate doing laundry, but it needs to be done. So I hope everybody has enjoyed this stream. I know I have. So everybody stay healthy, stay safe, stay good, kind to one another. Bye, everybody. Have a great afternoon and a great week. So everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and to be kind to one another. Bye.